What's up, YouTube? Hold on, let me adjust this a little bit so that's not in the shot. There we go. We're extra wide. Well, that's just normal. I'm also extra tan and also a little extra red today on this fine Memorial Day Monday. Um, as you can see, I've got stickers. I've got Oscar Mike swag on. I got the hat. I got the shirt. I've got Oscar Mike swag down here. I've got other swag. I've got stickers that I've already talked about. Um, so what are we doing today? I am building a fully unboxed, unopened enclosure, very similar to this enclosure made by Printed Solid, because that's also made by Printed Solid, but it's CNC machined out of some plied aluminum versus the MDF style. So instead of being plied with some white laminate and MDF in the middle, this is plied with aluminum on both sides. So good times. I also have a actual prototype Bofa fume extractor that Printed Solid has been working on. There is one of one in the world. It is sitting underneath the desk. We'll go over that when it's time for that part. But the main thing we're doing today, while we're building, Dave will show up and a special guest will show up. We are raising money for Oscar Mike while we're doing this because, I saw Hot Makes wasn't doing their Hot Makes today. So I was like, you know what? Let's do the charity thing I've always wanted to do. So anyone who super chats more than $1, I will mail you, as long as you're in the United States, I will mail you an Oscar Mike sticker, and I'll automatically enter you into a drawing to win some swag. And I've got swag. I got Oscar Mike hats. I can get you Oscar Mike shirts. I can get you more stickers. So I got swag. So today, if you do the super chat more than $1, I will give you this. I'll mail you this. So you just contact me on Twitter, or if you know me on Facebook, wherever. Send me a note, and I'll get you one of these if you do the super chat. I'll get you the drawing for cool stuff. So all day, every day until the end of this stream, which I'm going to take my time. I'm going to make my stream go real long today. And we're going to add Dave from Printed Solid, who's working on filament.
Yeah. At least I can get my camera all pretty.
Oh yeah. And also, I'm matching the first $100 of donations out of my own pocket. So that Bob $10, thank you so much. I'll get you a sticker. I'll enter you into the thingy, and I have now matched it. So now we're at $20 for donations at the moment. So, yeah. How's Dave doing?
Making filaments. So what are we donating to again today?
Oscar Mike. So anyone who donates more than $1 via Super Chat, I will mail them an Oscar Mike sticker. I'll enter them into a contest to win some Oscar Mike swag, be it a hat or a t-shirt. Special guests will arrive at some point. Oh, and there's Sergio with $20. So Sergio also gets a sticker and is under the drawing. And now we're at $60 in donations because I double the first 100. So yeah, so we're just basically raising money for Oscar Mike on Veterans on Memorial Day, since it's Memorial Day. Like, that's a good day for some charity stuff. So yep.
And you're matching them for the first 100?
Yep, I am matching them for the first 100 because I am still broke, but I don't mind pulling out a hundo from the money I made from printing 3D printed stuff, because I opened that up. Oh, and tripods in, and 3D Viking.
I will tell you this then. How about this?
Okay.
I will match alongside of you.
Awesome. And Devin, and 3D Obsession. Holy crack fiend. So now we're tripling the first 100. And I don't know how many 50 Kronos dollars from Norway is, but I think it's more than $1. What's up, Dennis Day? But yeah, today we're going to talk about your new enclosure. So you have a new aluminum enclosure. So it's clad, right? There's something in the, there's a substrate in the middle, and you've got 2 aluminum panels on either side. So it's a sandwich. Better heat retention than the wood. Sleeker. It only comes in black now.
People can order in white if they do a special order, but I just wanted one color, and everybody wanted black.
Yeah. And what's cool about the new one is it's one size fits all. So it fits a Mark III, it fits a Bear, it fits an Ender. So you get more printers in one box. So I'm guessing it's a little bit bigger, maybe? Just a hair, or is it the same size, the Mark III?
It's almost exactly the same size. I just had to move some of the holes around.
Okay. You do have to 3D print a couple things. Well, most people have to print one thing, a universal spool holder. So 50 Kronos bucks from Norway is $5 US. I can send you that for $5 US. I'll get you an Oscar Mike sticker, Mr. Thomas the Viking, and tripod with another beer. So we get 2 beers today, Dave.
Nice.
So, but yeah, this can mount either on the top or on the side. And Dave is making filament, so he's going to be moving in and out. And then I printed the fume extractor doohickey that screws on so you can attach the hose for the fume extractor. So that's all you need to print. If you have the fume extractor, you add the additional 20 minutes of stuff. Dan also donating, but this thing I printed in 4 perimeters and 30% or 40% gyroid infill. This thing is not going anywhere. Jesse Natural and Jesse Red Ice. So today's a Jesse day. So let me move the screens to make it a smaller Dave. So Dave's going to be hopping in. And Brad Craig. And again, everyone that donates, make sure you hit me up on either Twitter or Facebook, or if you're on the Discord, just hit me up and you give me an address, and I will make an envelope and stick one of these in there. And then, of course, you're added to the drawing. And I'm glad that this is getting all tallied up by the internet. So, ooh, Matt from Jake from State Farm. You know, let me write some names down. This would probably be better. Even though I can go replay this at any time and find them again. I'm gonna make a notepad.
Doesn't it log your donations?
It does. What up, Hack Monkey? It does. I just want to be safe. You know me.
I never trusted that internet.
I don't trust the internet either. I like how it said Bob Cairns, because I can't spell Carnes, apparently. Oscar Mike. So Bob Carnes. And it still wants to replace it as Cairns. Sergio and Viking. I'll get these first ones out of the way. Tripod, so John and Devin. Not Debunk. I spelled Devin correctly. And 3D Obsession. Man, it's going to take me forever. Dan. And Brad Craig. And Matt from State Farm. And Hack Monkey. Look at that. Yeah, definitely hit the like button. That'll get it out there, and share, because it's a good day for sharing. So what do we got? Let's go ahead. I haven't even opened this thing. This thing is massive and heavy. The package says it is shipped to... You know, it actually doesn't have the weight on this thing.
It should be on there right in the middle.
Nope.
About half the weight of the original one.
Oh, half the weight. So this is actually lighter than the old one.
I
This is the
remember when you
box
put
you
the
get.
old one together. Yeah, I remember when you put the old one together, you were complaining about lifting it.
Oh, yeah. Whew. So this is the box. It's bigger than me. Hey, what's up, Rick C? Oh, yeah. Rick, you good, bro. So let's go ahead and open this thing. Hurrah! Let's get to the front. And actually, let's move this thing off of the table so I don't knock over my beautiful filament spool holder that I printed. Painstakingly spent 20 hours printing. There we go. Wham!
And I just want you to think about my poor guy, Alex, that has to sit there in the hot warehouse all day packing up all of these.
Oh, he sounds like he has a good job, though. Hot warehouse. He's probably wearing like a white t-shirt. Getting all really hot, beautiful.
He's just all sorts of that. Yeah, sure.
Does Dustin come in there and like give him a drink of water every once in a while and like, hey?
Nothing like that. Dustin never leaves his office. We're still on relative quarantine here.
So there's paper involved. Paper. Paper.
I'm still trying my best to not
Paper.
use like all styrofoam packaging and stuff like that.
Paper.
Recyclable stuff.
Oh, look at you being environmentally friendly.
As best as I can.
All right, before I get too much further, I'm going to cut out the small bits. Because there's a box of small bits. And you guys can't see anything until I pull this flap down. Oh, that is lighter. All right, where can I throw this box that I won't hit the camera? I'll throw it over here.
And hit the
Perfect.
microphone.
Yeah. Actually, I hit the little hose where the AC dumps the water into the floor drain. What's up, Carl? All right, so this is what you get. Let's start with the little stuff. Now, a few of the advancements here that we have is we have less acrylic because acrylic lets the heat escape. And when heat escapes, you don't really have an enclosure now, do you?
Yep. That's why on the old one I had to put such thick MDF. Was a little bit structural, but also a lot to retain the heat in there.
So we've got little acrylic panels, and of course they're all taped so you don't scratch up your fancy acrylic. So Dave is still laser cutting acrylic. And in here is
an optional one, that one you had with all the holes on it.
Oh yeah, you got an MMU one or rep box?
Nope, that's specifically MMU. It matches the lax MMU, the lax version 2 that they made. So it lines up in the exact same spot for your printer when you put it in there.
And my hygrometer is working. It is 45% at 17.3 C. And that is about right because my basement is always about 17 C. And 40 to 50% is about right for down here.
Yeah, I was worried about that. Our first couple of packages that went out actually had those damaged, so I was worried about that.
Yep. So here's some sheets in there. Look at this. Look at this. Let me peel this off, everyone. Look at that aluminum beautifulness that's machined. It's CNC machined. So the whole box is going to look like that. Yeah, Dave is still surrounded by screeching machines. It's just he's further away from the screeching machines and has a headset that doesn't get all loud and crazy. No. So we're just going to start doing the old peel-ness off of these.
And if you remember, compared to the acrylic, that's a lot easier to peel.
It is a lot easier to peel, and there's no burning smell.
Yeah.
This is so fun. You know what? The fingerprints do not. It has a matte, it's a satin finish. So if you look where my fingerprints touch, it does not leave fingerprints. So if you're worried about fingerprints there, Bob Carnes, aluminium. So, and there's definitely some little bit of shavings here, so be careful.
Yep.
I'm being a good kid right now. So I got those 3 panels done. I won't touch the acrylic. I'm always, again, pro tip here, don't peel the acrylic until you need to use it. Because if you leave it and it rolls around on the ground and you put stuff on it, you're just going to scratch it. What color filament are you making, asks David.
Right now I am making blood red glitter and then industrial runoff. Those are my last 2 colors for tonight.
Oh, those are 2 of my top 5. So, Dave, how low does this hygrometer go? What is the minimum?
I've gotten it down to 5%.
Okay.
And there's a little secret. These are kind of the generic hydrometers you get from China. Mm-hmm. And no one knows this, but if you pop them out of their case, there's a little solder point on the back of it where you can either solder or desolder the jumper, and it changes it from Celsius to Fahrenheit.
Oh, snap. So I can turn it into freedom units if I feel like it.
If you're going to be that person.
Yep. And we're not, even though today's about freedom and stuff. We're not going to use the freedom units.
Yep. Remember, we are a metric country. We just chose not to use it that much.
Yes. Oh, look at this. There's a little window for your face. This is nice. So we got some Piedmont sign grade alu poly.
So it's an aluminum composite material that has aluminum on the outside and PETG on the inside. It's actually kind of a PETG ABS blend. They kind
Nice.
of keep that secret, secret to them, secret going on there. But this is the material that they usually make the big signs outdoors with.
Okay, so it's meant to be used and abused.
Very used and abused. It's meant to be outside.
Nice.
So good material for that.
And you're separating each one into individual channels in this. And then here is our clear acrylic.
Yep.
Now this has a different protector on it.
Yes. We're transitioning over to that, so it's easier to peel.
Nice. So instead of the black tape, oh, here's the instruction booklet. Here you go. Here's our CAD. This is what I got to follow.
It's pretty simple.
Now remember, guys, I've not put one of these together. This channel is not sponsored by Printed Solid. So if I mess up, it is on my own.
That's right.
So my goal right now is to gently peel off and have a really fun time peeling this off. Let me tell you, because Chris does love to do some peeling. Now, I never peel the other ones on stream because it's just masking tape. Basically just basically masking tape, and it tends to rip, and it's a pain in the butt. Oh, it's got a good sound. Oh, yeah. So everyone's here for the ASMR.
It's a very satisfying peel.
It is a very satisfying peel. Luckily, there's a garbage can behind me that was just emptied. But this is the panel. And as you can see, no fingerprints, because it is a satin finish. So I know it looks glossy, but she is a satin.
Now, I will give you some bad news. It does attract dust.
Of course, because there's the PTG is static, right?
Mm-hmm. So, just before the one.
So just saying as I should ground these, right?
Sure, if you want to.
Or rub a magnet on it.
There you go.
Is that like the sandwich of aluminum with plastic core? Yes, it is like the sandwich of aluminum with plastic core like Ultimaker uses.
Yep. Same material.
So, gotta say, that's gonna make a nice, and it's so much lighter. I mean, that's probably not even a pound. Maybe a pound. I'm really bad at low weights. You give me a 20 pounder, and I'm like, I'm straining. You gotta do a peel and slow zoom. What's up? What's up, Ron? Good seeing you in here.
It should be on average about 2 pounds a panel.
Okay. See, I'm not good at measuring weight on like with fishing. It's easy because it's usually by size. Like you can tell zoom to peels. That is way easier. Normally this thing would tear constantly with the masking tape. And it's not very sticky, so it doesn't like stick to you.
Yep.
Like I would be pretty bald peeling the masking tape and it sticks to my arm hair.
One thing I do like is that the factory that makes these panels is about 30 miles from me.
Oh, nice. So it's an American shop.
American shop.
Now these panels, are they made in the United States? I don't see it on here.
No, it's not, because it's meant for signage. That covering is usually removed before it ends up on anybody's shelf.
Gotcha. Man, you guys do not know how much fun I'm having right now. Yeah, so update on the Zerabo. It was supposed to be delivered Friday, and then they're like, no, not delivering it Friday. And I was waiting for an email to like update me, and I was like, okay, well it's Monday, and then Monday it's like can't deliver due to some kind of policy. But it's also Memorial Day, so I don't think anyone's actually in the shop to be like we're delivering or not. You need to enjoy. I am enjoying this. I enjoy the fast peel because if I were to wax myself, I would use the fast peel.
You don't wax?
You know, there was one time I went to prom, and I've always had a hairy chest, so I waxed my chest, and I basically bled because they're like, yeah, you have deep roots for your hairs, and by the time the little tiny scabs healed, the hair was already growing back. So it was the most worthless, like $75 I ever spent. So now I just man up and shave if I have to. Thanks, Chris Freeze. Get a hold of me for your Oscar Mike sticker, because remember, anyone who donates more than $1 gets an Oscar Mike sticker and is entered into a swag prize. I mean, I got stuff down here. I got hats and shirts. Oh, we got a special guest. I'm gonna wait to peel this. So hope everyone's ready. Let me move it to here. We've got Noah Courier from Oscar Mike. So this is the man. This is the myth, the legend, the vet, the guy who runs around doing crazy stuff. I left a fishing pole in his yard yesterday. So here he is.
Hey,
What's up, Noah?
what's going on?
Nothing. Building shit and raising money. What are you doing?
Well, now I'm chatting with you.
Heck yeah. You're getting your ASMR right now with me?
What?
Your ASMR?
What is that?
That's that thing where people like peel stuff and they get you listen to it and you get all tingly.
That is definitely what's happening.
Perfect. And it's not just because you see Dave and I. So how is Noah Courier today on this fine Memorial Day? By the way, I think we've raised like at least $150 already. So Dave is now also matching my first 100. I'm matching the first 100. And there's been quite a lot. Some people have done $5. I got $20 here and $10. I got 50 Kronos dollars from. It equates to $5 US, but 50 Norway bucks.
Nice. That's awesome.
Chat's been blowing up for some Oscar Mike stickers that you gave me.
Yeah, usually today or on Memorial Day I would be in DC all day, but obviously that is not the case this year.
What? Well, this is better anyway. You get to stay home and hang out with us nerds that 3D print stuff.
It is better.
So what else is new down there at the compound?
Well, not too much. I'm looking at your fishing pole still.
That's the best. Yeah, so Noah let us go fish there yesterday, which is why I might be a little red looking or very tan looking right now, because the sun was beating on us, and it's Memorial Day weekend, so it's very busy on the lake there. And we caught a bass and a bunch of bluegill, and then I decided to use one bluegill as bait. So I cut it in half and I removed the little sharp fins off of it and stuck it on a huge hook and threw it out in the water. And I said, Noah, I'm leaving this overnight. Hope you catch something. You woke up and then the line used to be dead center, was way left, and he reeled in about 20 pounds of seaweed.
That's the biggest thing you've caught there.
Yeah, that is the biggest thing. I've never caught anything 20 pounds. I caught some like pike and some like 4-pound bass, but oh, we got another donation from Brent Day, $2. You get a sticker. I'm gonna be like Oprah today. Just
Yeah, you get a sticker. And you get a sticker.
everybody gets stickers today.
So, can you explain to me what you're doing?
Yeah, so this is an enclosure. So if you look over here, there's this box that has a printer inside of it. So some materials need additional heat while they're printing, or they begin to curl and break, or they separate. So these boxes keep the heat trapped in, so you can print with certain materials, typically ABS, ASA, nylons, so your more high temp materials. And we're also adding a fume extractor to this because anything that prints over 250 degrees Celsius, you should have a fume extractor because they give off badness in the air. So you could be breathing in like ABS fumes, which is styrene. And I get a headache from styrene. So, see, Sean Connors, I did $100, but it did not show because I had to fix the fraud alert on my card. What? We got a $100 donation from Sean and a $10 donation from Kyle Davis. He's calling out the taco sticker. I will give you the taco sticker. I'll pull the Oscar Mike branding off. We'll give you a dancing taco. So Kyle Davis, thank you. So Sean gets a sticker. Kyle gets a sticker. There's at least $400 in donations now because there's 100 from Sean, 100 from Dave, 100 from Chris, and then the rest that was in chat. So we're like at $400 of donations and like 10 stickers.
That's incredible.
Welcome to the 3D printing community. We're not shy about spending money on things that we don't need.
My entire business is based on that concept.
Yes. Yeah, Dave owns Printed Solid, so he makes this enclosure. He makes that enclosure. He makes filament. He's working with the company to make these air filtration systems. He sells like sensors and hot ends and extruders and full printers.
Motors and all, anything 3D printing.
What's the price for an envelope and stamp? I don't care what the price is for an envelope and stamp. So, stamp is gonna be what, like 60 cents, and the envelope, I will find the cheapest envelope to put this tiny sticker in. So, not worried about it. Dave does have a military green filament.
I was making that this morning.
But, you know, Noah's a Marine, so and you had that Army green. That doesn't really work for Noah. We got to get a, Marine blue?
What, isn't Marine Corps green the same thing?
Is it? I thought you guys were a different color, like pink or...
Oh.
That's the Coast Guard.
That's the Coast Guard. How much would it be for... Oh, wow. Someone's asking how much an enclosure would be for a Predator. 3D printing, Belgian. I don't even know why we are donating, but okay. Thanks, Belgian. €5. I think I can get a stamp out there to Belgium.
The Predator, that's about the same size as the CR10, right?
The Predator's tall. Predator's tall. No, give him a crayon.
Is that a Marine joke there?
I have no idea. If someone can give me a measurement, I know that Belgian, Davey, he's in chat right now. He has a Predator, so he can tell you. Predator's Artemis size, says Hack Monkey.
Oh, boy. No, I don't have anything that big. That would be a bloody nightmare in shipping.
Yeah, I feel bad for Anycubic. They have to ship those giant printers. Here's your 1,000 millimeters of extrusion. Good luck. All right, so I'm going to clean this up. There's some stray little bits here and there. What do you recommend, Dave?
Rough side of a sponge, or if you got it, to even a sanding block, like anything you got, pretty much anything.
I got none of that here. I got some tape and some lithium grease and wrenches.
You got a rag?
Yeah, actually, I have a microfiber cloth.
You should be able to just rub it down.
Oh, look at that. He's making me rub stuff. All right, Belgian's going to get me a height. Kyle, $50. $50 from Kyle Davis. So he's at $60. Kyle, you quit. He hops on every stream I do and like throws me like $5 for tacos because he knows I'm a taco addict. By the way, Noah, Coops was closed on Sunday.
Oh, no.
So this week I'll come by when they're open because I think they're closed for today. So maybe I'll come fishing. You gonna be home tomorrow or Wednesday?
I'll be home tomorrow night after work.
Well, then I'll stop by the coop and I'll come fish and we'll have barbecue.
Nice. That sounds like a dream.
Oh, this comes right off with some isopropyl and a cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just looks like it's electrostatically charged from the
mill.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then the taco truck comes on Tuesdays at the like right across the street from you. So any Tuesday.
Every
Oh yeah,
Tuesday.
my girl will be in town tomorrow, so we'll come by and we'll fish and we'll do food and hang out and fish. You can meet the old lady. She's working right now, or she'd be chatting.
Have I met her before?
No, you've never met her. I keep all my relationships secret from people, so no one can steal my hot women. I got nothing to offer. Like, look at my body. Like, they would rather, they'd rather have you or one of the guys with one legs.
I don't know, man. I'm a oddly shaped quadriplegic, man. I think you're safe.
Yeah, but you have that smile.
You're rocking the manly beard. You're good.
Yeah. And you got a party cup. Like, babes dig party cups. I'm just saying. Oh, man. Good times. Good time. Is it a lot slower today because of the weather? I know it's crazy out at Candlewick.
Surprisingly, it's not nearly as busy as it was yesterday.
Yeah. 60 by 60 by 1260 is the dimensions, Dave.
Doing a rough look at the Predator, that might be something that might be better to not make an enclosure and just enclose it.
That's true. You do have the side panels there, so you'd basically make side panels and drop T-nuts in there. And use acrylic, maybe? Like on one side and two sides not acrylic?
I'd probably do two sides not. Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures of it right now. If it was me, I'd probably approach it with two sides not acrylic, and then the front I'd probably make a split door.
Nice.
Out of acrylic.
Ah, the smell of rubbing alcohol in the basement. Way better than styrene. It is like gold, but I bought 2 24 counts of these pints. Yeah, pints. In our Freedom units. 16 fluid Freedom units. So what's on the agenda for Oscar Mike lately? I know you guys are getting some cool new swag in, right?
Yeah, and I've just been trying to clean up some things on the website. I'm not a web guy, but I pretend to be once in a while.
Hey, Viking in chat, he's a web guy.
Well, now that we switched everything over to Shopify, I feel like now I can pretend a little bit better because Shopify makes things pretty easier.
Nice.
Pretty easy.
Now, Shopify, you have to pay per item that's on your store, right?
No.
It's by tiers. After you hit a certain number, they start charging you more, but it's not. It's like your first 1,000 is the same price.
Okay. You're not going to have 1,000 items.
I think we have we have about 400 SKUs that each have about 5 variants a piece.
Variants don't count, so you're in good shape there.
Yeah.
I know that because Printed Solid is actually built on top of Shopify.
So you guys need to hang out. He runs a store with way too many SKUs, right?
Last I counted, like 3,000 SKUs plus the variants.
So you have Shopify Plus.
We're on Shopify Plus, and then I have all the plugins. I have an outside company that manages the whole thing for me.
See, every time I put a new app or plugin on there, I have to learn it. So, because I feel like every time, for one, people charge way too much to make a 5-minute change, but they know what they're doing. So,
yeah, it's a 5-minute change for them.
It's a 5-minute change for them, a 5-hour change for you.
Right. So I usually do it when I get off work, and I spend the 5 hours figuring it out.
Nice.
So that's how you have to look at it.
Yeah, I was listening to a friend of mine who, he does construction work, and he does really good work, and he does it really fast. And people always want to, like barter with him in the beginning or try to negotiate rates. And he'll be like, all right, you can pay me by the hour or you can pay me by the job. I'll let you pick. And, and then they're realizing like, oh, this is a tough one because if I pay him by the hour, he's going to make the job take a lot longer. If I pay him by the job, I'm going to be pissed when it's done in 4 hours and I paid him that much money. And he's like, hey, I spent 30 years getting to the point where I could do that job in 4 hours that good. You're paying for the time that I invested in this.
Welcome
You're
to the
not
future.
paying for the hours they work. You're paying for the hours they put into learning how to work.
And then for Noah, I will put on some military action. So we've got a Space Marine. That's what I'm going to call it.
The future.
The future. That's what they're going to do for you, dude. You're just going to chop your head off and stick you on a Wolfenstein character.
Hey man, I'm just waiting until I think I'm gonna raise my hand for Neuralink next year.
Mm-hmm. You were telling me about that. You and your neural links.
Hey man, right. I didn't even know that was a part of it. Being able to give a quadriplegic the ability to control everything. I was already a fan of Elon Musk. Now I'm a bigger fan.
He needs to make a 3D printer. Then I'll be a fan of his.
Tell him to do one of the things he does for the Boring Company.
Yeah. Just a giganto 3D printer.
No, you know how he like sells random things on there?
Like thanks, Davey.
He made a flamethrower and
yeah. Who doesn't? It's not called a flamethrower.
Right. So have one.
It's called not a flamethrower.
Right.
Oh my gosh! So Dave, do you recommend putting the acrylic panels on before or after assembly? Little tiny like after. Okay. And then Davey just did 30 euros because his family has a lot. His wife's family has a lot of military. So
awesome, thank you.
30 euros. That's like $500 US. I think that's the exchange rate. So I'm going with that. That's what I'm going with because I have a horrible sense of exchange rate.
It's about 50-ish, I think, right now.
Yeah, you would know that because you have to buy crap from
everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, so nice thing about Oscar Mike, they do everything in America. And you guys actually have an actual T-shirt manufacturer in the United States.
A couple.
Yeah, you're in California and where?
Ohio, North Carolina. Yeah, those are the three main ones.
So Cali, North Carolina, and Ohio.
Ohio.
I just always remember that, like,
the
thing
Buckeye
as a kid.
States.
Yeah. What a party, people. What's up, Dr. Jekyll? So, yeah, so you guys, you can go ahead and give a spiel on Oscar Mike. So you guys do what? What is Oscar Mike's mission besides being OM, which means on the move?
Yeah, well, when I was serving, the UN was using the term Oscar Mike to stay on the move so that everybody could know when we were like syncing up, when to take off together. So anytime you heard Oscar Mike come over the radio, everybody would start moving together. And then, once we all got hurt or, got out and got hurt, whatever the injury was, the thing that was really helping us all out was adaptive sports, but there weren't any organizations that were focused on adaptive sports. So, I figure if that's the biggest piece of all of our recoveries, we should really be focused on that and start up an organization that does that. And usually the barrier of entry is money. It's expensive especially if you're like a quadriplegic and you need to have somebody travel with you to get to events or to help you get in the equipment and all that kind of stuff. So that's what the organization does.
That's awesome. So I got a question in chat here. Would this enclosure and fume extractor work for resin printer? I mean, you could just buy the fume extractor and plug it directly into your resin printer. Most of them have a port in the back. You just have to get a printed adapter. But you could stick a resin printer in there. That way it keeps it warm. So, yeah, that's because I met you guys when you first started. Like you had Chubby Rain, and then all of a sudden it was like, Chris, we have a thing. I'm making shirts, and we're raising money.
Yes.
And then we've been together since then.
Yeah, it was crazy in the beginning too because the shirts didn't really. I mean, you don't really raise much money doing that. I mean, there's hardly any bottom line from shirt sales at the end of the year. But over the years, the apparel company's grown quite a bit, and now it's actually producing and it's starting to pitch in. Where before it was 100% run on donations.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's probably 80-20. It's 80% donations, 20% from apparel.
And you guys hire a lot of the vets, or a lot of people that work for your vets.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really discriminate there, but at the same time, if we got a position open and a vet has applied, they usually get front of the line privileges.
Nice. Someone just asked if there's a goal. Sergio just asked, is there a goal? Well, the goal was at least $100. We kind of just crushed that. So the new goal is anything. There is no maximum. We've crushed any idea. I was like, if we make $100 and I double that to $200, I'm a happy kid. Like, it doesn't take much to make me happy, but that would definitely make me a happy kid right now. Which is amazing that we've already crushed that, and we're only like 40 minutes into the stream, and I'm guessing this is probably gonna be a 2-hour stream because I'm slowly putting things together. Right now, I'm just adding the tape underneath the holes so I can slip the square nuts in so they don't fall through, and then I can attach the side panels because it's base, side panel, and top in some kind of strange order. What's up, David? We got Dave, $5. Yep, he and David. Yep, so Dan's just mentioned it. Dave and I are matching the first 100, and that's already gone. Sean Cronister already donated 100, and there's probably already 100 from everybody else. And everyone gets a sticker. As long as you donate more than $1, I will mail you a sticker. So, and then what's Oscar Mike working on right now?
Well, I think since we're not going to be having any of our summer clinics here, I think it's all geared up towards the fall and winter season. Just hoping that sports will be allowed by then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you guys do you also are the major host for the wheelchair rugby championships. Those are here in Rockford.
Yep.
And we couldn't do that. We were all ready for that, and of course that got set aside.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm really curious what this winter is going to be like with all this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that it's a thing of the past by then, but who knows?
We don't know. We'll
I'm
find
really
out soon enough.
I'm wondering how comfortable the majority of people will be with flying.
Yeah. Jake from State Farm, another $5 from Matt from Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, I worry about flying right now, just because right now the airlines are talking about that they're going to start literally doubling and tripling the price of the seat so that they can do social distancing.
Right.
So now you have to pay for the whole row.
Ooh, Glenn with a tenner. Yeah, it's going to be... Is Oscar Mike Second Amendment friendly, unlike Wounded Warriors?
We don't even talk politically, so anything that's a sensitive or hot button issue, I just don't even talk about it. But I will say that one of our events that we do every week at the compound is shooting. So take that for what you want.
Yeah, the Oscar Mike. That's like one of the nice things about working with Oscar Mike. You guys don't pressure anyone. You don't tell anyone they got to do this or that. It's all about getting injured vets doing stuff. Like
Yeah, forward progress.
Yeah, you keeping the politics out of it. I mean, politics come into it sometimes because you're trying to raise money, you're trying to do this, and there's got to be hurdles. You know, but for the majority of things, you guys, you don't care that I'm not in military. You don't bug me about it. You give me cool names. Whoa, Dr. Jekyll with 20 and RCCNC with 50.
And I think one of the coolest things was one of our bigger donors tried to ask me, like basically what political party I supported. And I thought it was hilarious that nobody even knows like who I've ever voted for. I mean, you and I have probably had personal conversations,
Yeah.
but for the most part, nobody in the general public would have a clue about any of my political views because I don't talk about them out loud.
Yeah, you guys are definitely anti-talking about that stuff, which is, I mean, I don't even say it's anti. It's just, it doesn't come up. Like, when I hang out with you guys, it never comes up. Like, nobody asks, nobody cares. It's just a bunch of vets that are playing some rugby. And by the way, if you haven't seen wheelchair rugby, holy crack fiend, is that another sport. And by the way, I did try rolling around in a rugby chair, and my fat ass does not move very quickly in a rugby chair whatsoever. Just throwing that out there for the world that's wondering how good of a rugby player. 3D Vedic Vince with $100.
Nice.
And he is a vet. So we're probably at $500 right now. Like, that's Captain Insano.
Well, I'll say this. I really like that you're not political on all that. Personally, I tend to get on a political rant from time to time. But I like that you're not political mainly just because it's if you meet military people, you'll realize very quickly that it's surprising how, different parties and different, views that they have. They're not all one political party. And it's nice that you try to be inclusive that way.
And I think, like there is a general assumption that everybody
is one way or another.
Right. But it is definitely not that way.
Yeah.
It's
someone does
like
need to ping Josh.
It's not like everybody comes in Democrat and leaves Republican or vice versa. It's everyone has their different views.
Yeah, and if you look at the motto for Oscar Mike, it kind of exemplifies that on the move. Like, if you start talking about that stuff and adding it into your agenda, you're just slowing yourself down.
Yeah.
Because what matters most is the cause. Like, cause matters, the actions matter. Everything else is just filler. It's just it doesn't progress the cause whatsoever. So
well, and for somebody like me that I guess that it has to be somewhat talking on platforms all the time.
You're over there talking to Google.
Well, I just wouldn't want to turn off 50% of the people that I talk to by injecting that into anything.
Yeah.
Yep. And unfortunately, a lot of people are very polarized on that, so it's a good thing.
Well, I haven't even been on Facebook in the last couple months, but I can only imagine what conversations on Facebook are like.
Oh.
They're pretty fun. Dennis Day, I'm a disabled Navy vet that I used to ride recumbent trikes, but as the past year has been a tough one for me. We ride with the Phoenix VA. Yeah, you guys do the recumbent bike stuff too.
Yeah.
You got the hand trikes and everything, and so a lot of the cool thing about the compound. So literally like 20 minutes for me is the Oscar Mike compound, where you guys bring in injured vets, you help them get on the track and teach them new sports and new things that they can do to get active and do things.
Yeah.
And it costs them nothing to do it. Like, it's amazing, and it's like I wish I wish everyone could have a chance to like just hang out at the compound, like when these guys are there and these athletes are there, and you're like, all right, I'm a fat ass for sure. Like, you just watch a guy with like, you got that one guy who does Spartan race with no legs, and he completes the Spartan race. I'm just like, I'm sitting here fully capable of doing that, and I'm like, I know I can't do it. So
yeah. I remember the first time that I played wheelchair rugby against a guy who didn't have any limbs, and he beat my ass, and I was just like, I don't understand this.
Yeah.
I get winded just watching those events.
I got winded because I photographed the event and I'm sitting there running around like a dumbass taking pictures because there's like, you did the one last year and it was just like there's courts and people everywhere. You have to cover like 5-6 courts of people, and I'm just like, and they're still going, and there's because if you've never seen wheelchair rugby, it's kind of like chaos, organized chaos, because you've got a team of five on five, 4 on 4. There's a point system, so depending on how I don't know
how much function you have or don't have.
Yeah. So you have a certain number of points you can have out on the field at one time, and so there might be a guy that doesn't have full hand movement. There might be people with like full hand movement and upper torso movement, and all that fun stuff. So it's just, and then watching them literally like, I think I've said this thing to most people, like they're literally out there playing like they don't care if they injure themselves again or worse. Because you guys are just, imagine 2 people in wheelchairs sprinting at each other going for the ball. So it's a volleyball, not like a rugby ball, volleyball on a hard court, and you're going full speed at each other trying to go for that ball and make points, and you're ramming. I'm like watching people like getting whiplash, and they're like, can't feel it anyway, don't care, let's keep going. I'm like, you guys are crazy. And I'm over here like, I have a hard time waking up. I just mowed the lawn. I'm winded.
Yeah, I've not had too many bad injuries playing, but I've broken my hand and gotten a concussion, and that's about it.
Yeah. David, what's the best way of getting your mailing address? Getting you hit me up on Twitter or Facebook or anything. So anywhere that you can get a hold of me, just send me a message. And I will, let me go to banners and create a banner, and good email address for me would be, make it simple. If you aren't on social media, you can send me an email with your mailing address to that email. So yeah, you have to be friends on Twitter. So if I'm not friends with you, which is weird, I thought I was friends with most people, but if we're not, Twitter won't let you send me a DM. Yeah, I'm excited for the next Oscar Mike event. Are you guys thinking about doing the ball this year?
I don't know. I haven't pulled the trigger on that one because I don't know what things will be like or if anybody will fly in for it.
That's true. Yeah, because every year, so Oscar Mike does a ball, and it's their big fundraiser of the year, and all the vets come by and their family, or not their family, but they're like wives and husbands, and depending if you're married to a man, woman, other, and you guys all do a big ball raising money. So that's a fun event, by the way.
Yeah, I love that event.
Stock of invisible filament. So this is the back. This is the back, so because the holes are towards the back side, not towards the front. Based on, again, we're looking at this diagram here. Very simple diagram. Those holes go towards the back. So fan input or output or Bofa air output. This is dead center, so you can't mess up the top. The bottom has nothing on it, so you can't mess it up. Again, these are typically symmetrical or so asymmetrical that that one side is one. So this is the back, so I need to put the back panel on here. Front is the only one with just another sheet of aluminum. And what's cool is you can make a house. And I'll live in this shiny aluminum box. The wrench icons, Charles, are for my moderators. The llama's in the house. And then I got to see this back panel. What's up, Tanner 3D? Thanks for stopping by, saying hello. So on the back, this is the top, based on that picture. So this is the top hole. But first, I need to get some tape. So let me get some tape.
Here's a little trick before you put that on. See
Yeah.
look at the bottom hole on that one panel.
Yep.
On the back panel, that's where your power cord is going to come in and out of.
Nice. So you
you
should rotate it where your cord is coming out. So for me, my cord would actually come out this side. So I'd flip it this way because my power supply is on the left-hand side from the back of the printer, or the right-hand side from the front of the printer. Learning.
Technically, with the Prusa, you won't even use that hole because the power supply sticks out the side hole.
Oh yeah, well I have Meanwell power supplies, so all mine actually go out the back.
Oh, but there you go.
Yeah. It is a good-looking enclosure. Once you get the third panel on, it stables up a lot. So I know it looks wobbly right now, but it's all good once you stick on that third piece. I guess it'd be the fourth piece. Yeah, so you guys don't have any plans for any new stuff going on then for a while. You're just going to work on the Oscar Mike t-shirts and swag department in the meantime?
I would imagine until fall. I mean, I think the thing that I'm going to keep my eyes open for is how all the schools handle school sports. Because I think they're going to have to be the most cautious, and I feel like that's kind of what we're going to have to follow, especially if we're dealing with injured people and immune-compromised people and flights and all that kind of stuff.
Nice. Yeah, can't be too cautious right now. How have you been handling all that right now? Pretty good?
Me? Yeah. I mean, I think I'm very fortunate in many ways, but I got a roof over my head and I get fed every day, so I'm good.
Yep. That's half the battle. Mr. Buttrum's in the house, and we got Chris Lane. There's 69 in chat. Nice. Had to. 67 now. Dang, I shouldn't have said anything.
Okay, you scared him off.
I scare people off anyway. Ugh. So you guys do any virtual stuff?
Not really. I mean, once in a while, like team meetings and stuff like that, and with the rugby team and some of the guys, and we keep a fitness log in a Google Drive so people can put what their daily workouts are in there.
Okay, so just keeping track of everybody. What's up, Ben from Texas? And we got 3D Obsession with another $5 human.
Nice.
I guess they're all human dollars. Well, they're human US dollars.
Human freedom dollars.
Freedom units. Yeah, so in 3D printing, we all use metric. So anytime someone, like, my printer's 12 inches tall, and I'm like, okay, why are you using the freedom units? Like, we do everything in metric, and you're over here ruining my life because I can't convert the two in my head. Just give me one or the other. Preferably the one that's metric.
Metric's just so much easier.
It is easier. How many meters in a how many millimeters in a meter? How many millimeters in a centimeter? I can figure that shit out real quick. How many? I've only built one Mark III enclosure and one mini enclosure. This is the new aluminum enclosure. If Dave would stop making cool enclosures, I'd stop building them. But no,
not gonna happen.
Keeps making cool enclosures.
I gotta keep making them better and better.
Now my one grief is you switch to these dang things that use 2.2 millimeter screw heads. I prefer 3 mil. Prefer it, Dave.
A lot of people wanted the cute little button heads so they have little silver dots everywhere.
You're a silver dot. I'm gonna have Noah come over and give you a 1-2.
Oh, 1-2.
Yep. I don't know what that means, but you're gonna do it. He lives in Delaware, so if you're ever in the Delaware region for the no taxes.
No sales tax.
Isn't that where we all incorporate our businesses?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I need a cool enclosure for my Ender 5 Plus. Geez Louise, that's a huge enclosure.
I mean, people are asking me to like build container ships for the, I'm like, come on, I gotta ship this.
Yeah. Your printer is bigger than any box I have that I can put this in.
Mm-hmm.
Because the enclosure's got to be bigger than the printer itself.
And it's got to be bigger than the total movement of the printer.
Oh, fat finger fumblers prefer bigger bolts. See, he's with me. Llama's finally, he's on my side.
I like the old bolts too, but I got so overpowered.
What was it? Was it Dustin?
No, I can control him. He's easy.
Oh, okay.
It was mainly feedback. I people that like leave comments or send in suggestions. I change everything based on that.
Gotcha. I want button head screws.
Yeah.
Ooh, is there any talk about festivals on the West Coast? I don't know. I haven't heard anyone talk about ERF or MERF or VERF or anything.
I think a lot of them are just literally waiting to figure out what's going to happen. Because, I mean, ERF normally happens in October. And let's be honest, there's a good chance that, we're still not going to be allowed to have events in October.
Yeah. Yep. Chris isn't doing too many weddings. He's going to be sitting there working with Oscar Mike, taking shirt pics and half-naked Noah photos for the cover of Half Naked Quad magazine.
I thought we were past the half naked point.
Well, yeah, we're going full this year, but I'm just saying, we got to start somewhere. Look at that, Dave. The chat has a resounding, we want bigger bolts. So you got to change everything now.
I'll give you the McMaster car part number.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, no.
I actually probably have all of the bolts that I need anyway if I wanted to change it over, to be honest.
All of the bolts on that are all M320s.
Oh, yeah, then I have plenty of that nonsense. M320s, Chris has got those.
Yep.
You never go full naked. Have you seen a Marine? I think I've seen more naked military people in my lifetime than I need to.
I'll be back in a few.
All right. So now it no longer wiggle wobbles. It is actually very sturdy. Now I got to put the front door on. Now the cool trick on the front door is, again, everything is symmetrical. So these two holes designate where the door would be. So if I put it this way, the door would open out this way. If I flip it this way, the door would then slide out that way. So we're actually going to install it this way. I have no idea where I'm putting this enclosure. And we know it's the bottom because this is where the LCD port goes. Even though there's no holes cut out to attach an LCD on this. Dave. Truth on the naked military, guys. Oh, man. So what'd you have for dinner, Noah? Anything good?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet? What?
I'll probably eat after I get off here.
Nice. What are you thinking for dinner?
I got a fridge full of Jimmy meals, food for fuel.
What? Oh, yeah, food for fuel. Good stuff.
I just pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes and it's good to go.
Shoot, girl. That's faster than me. In the microwave. Marine naked holding nothing but a box of crayons. No.
That sounds like a Marine Corps photo shoot right there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we can do it if you want.
You probably just use a crayon.
And all of you hold the one crayon. With our powers combined.
It's not full nude. It's like 99.9% nude.
You guys are just going to wear those fancy shorts that you guys always wear.
Yeah.
What's that thing called again?
In the Marine Corps, they call them silkies, and in the Army, they call them Ranger panties.
Ranger panties! John Mack over there excited about the sausage party. Of course, John Mack's excited about the sausage party.
Oh, man, you should post up that video.
Oh, from... oh, my gosh.
The wiener wobble.
The wiener... Yeah, the slow motion video that we did for... when you guys all met up for the shoot. The ramp jump. Hey, Dave, by the way, there's no holes cut out to attach an LCD screen on here.
That's correct. So few people were using that we literally had to drop that one. But I see you're putting the LCD, you're putting the sensor at the bottom.
Oh, that's the sensor?
That's where you mount the little humidifier.
Oh, I'm used to the old design where that hole was for the cables to come out and you attach the LCD screen on here.
Nope.
What's up, Brian Vines?
You can put it on the bottom. I just at the top is going to give you more accurate readings. You know, heat and humidity rise.
Heat and humidity rise. Wiener wobble sounds interesting, says Mr. Butcher. John Mack, I will send you the video of a bunch of Marines doing a wiener wobble wearing silkies. I think I have it on my phone still because I shot it on my phone. Is that like the helicopter? No.
It's
basically somewhat.
It's like a lazy helicopter.
It's they didn't strip all the way down, so it's not really a helicopter.
Then it go all the way around.
Yeah. You don't have full range of motion with silkies on.
Yeah, this is more like a bird trying to learn how to fly.
I'm glad I make all my channels adults only. We can say whatever we want, and YouTube can't be mad at me.
We're talking about nature programming. We're fine.
Yeah, this is nature programming.
See?
A bunch of Marines wearing silkies is literally a baby bird being fed.
That's right.
And its neck all comes out, and it's like, feed me. Oh, boy.
Wow.
I'm going to get it next time I see Noah. It's like, right, I'll be back. Giving away all our sexy secrets. Oh, man. Man, it's going to be so... Like, you guys don't even have anyone plan to come by the compound anytime.
No.
That's so weird.
I know.
That is really weird. Like, I don't even know what that's like. Do you even know what that's like?
It's strange.
Man.
It's too big of a place to be here alone.
Yeah, but somebody has to be there.
Yeah, but usually it's a dozen people, not one.
I'll also have to come fishing more often and bring... kind of want to 3D print a banana hammock now. Would you use flexible filament for that, or would you use like a mesh design? I mean, we've got all kinds of things here in the 3D printing world. Print in flexible filaments, print it in whatever.
What's the most usable thing you've printed?
Probably the 3D printed dildo.
That gets the most use?
It could. Man, that's tough. Like, I print just like cool art stuff most of the time. I don't really print much useful stuff, so I'm the worst person to ask. Dave prints more useful stuff.
What was the question again?
What's the most useful thing you've printed?
Oh dear God! I got parts all over this extrusion line that are 3D printed. I got parts.
There you
on
go.
Lasers. I use them for machinery all the time.
Dickosaurus. I don't know if I've ever sent this to Noah. I should probably drop one off at the office.
Dickosaurus is extremely useful.
Dickosaurus is very useful.
It's a conversation starter.
It is.
Oh my god!
You need one at every desk at Oscar Mike.
Did you design that yourself?
No, internet is good to me. Someone else already goes out and makes cool shit, and I don't have to do anything. I just hit slice, then hit print.
And I was gonna say, yeah, Chris, you print all useful stuff all the time. You print all printer parts.
Yeah, printer parts. I guess those are the most useful things I print in carbon fiber PETG, because I'm a crazy man. I'm trying to convince Noah to buy a Glowforge.
Oh, that's just cool.
Is that what that thing's called?
Yeah, the laser engraver cutter thing. Yeah. Glowforge.
I only get to say it's cruel because I know how those are built, and I build my own lasers. So I'm that snobby of a guy, but it's not a bad cutter. Full spectrum laser makes a pretty good line of that. So that's a good one. A little more cost effective than Glowforge.
Really?
What was it called?
A full spectrum lasers. They're out in Las Vegas.
Full spectrum lasers.
Boss lasers down in Florida. Those are pretty good guys. They have a pretty decent range of cutters. And then after that, in all honesty, I sit there and I go, if you're a tinkerer type, you can buy the cheap Chinese ones and you just make it work.
Just make it work.
Well, there's an Instructable out there that I made a few years back on how to tear apart the Chinese lasers all the way down to the bare bones and start over.
What?
So,
if you didn't know Dave was like famous, he was on TV.
Well, it was tier 3 cable, so it's not really famous.
It was G4 TV, right?
Yeah, that's tier 3 cable.
Yeah. So if you ever watched G4 back in the day, Noah.
What's G4?
Yeah,
exactly. See?
Most useful print was a brake light switch actuator for a 2000 Honda Accord. That's awesome.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, so once every panel is on, this thing is rock solid.
And lift it up compared to the other one.
Oh yeah, you can actually lift it up with one hand if you're strong and muscular like me. Catching all those big bass.
That's what I was really happy about. It's actually pretty light.
Top hole for filament. Side holes for filament if you really want to, depending on what side. You can mount it wherever. Yeah, I gotta go check something.
Better. But the way I designed even my little filament holder was you can mount it front, back, top, bottom, side, pretty much on any of the ports, however it works for you, however you want to put it on there. So, and yeah, before DirecTV, it was G4. It was the networks were called, when it finally went off, it was called the Esquire Network. Before that, it was called G4. Before that, it was called G4 TV. Before that, it was called G4 Tech TV. Before that, it was called Tech TV. And before that, it was called ZDNet. It went through a lot of names.
I'll say.
For a cable network. I mean, come on. And halfway in the middle there, Comcast bottom.
It does fit a rep box.
There you go.
I'm so happy.
And in revision 3 was where all of us people from G4 ran off to and started up our own internet cable television network thing before YouTube was a big thing.
What? You guys should have made YouTube.
Nah. We were like, oh, there'll be an online television network.
I watch Buzzer TV, which is an online game show network. Because Chris likes game shows.
That explains a lot. I mean, yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm. It explains all the things. Oh, I forgot a screw.
That's what you get for screwing around.
Yep. But I think I dropped it on the ground as I moved things around.
I think you screwed up.
He's so punny. All right, I'm just gonna steal an M320 out of my drawer.
There should have been a few extra in there.
No, there were no extra M320s.
Really?
Yep. Plenty of
That's
extra
fucking
nuts.
nice. Yeah, there should have been a few extra M320s in there.
Well,
I'll go slap Alex around.
Yeah, you will. I'm watching Cartoon Network on UHF channel 54 in Anchorage, Alaska. You guys are talking all kinds of weirdness over there. There's no such thing as Anchorage, Alaska.
That's a fake city. A fake state.
Fake city, fake state. Oh, look at that. I can use a regular screwdriver. A regular 2.5 mil. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, yeah. Perfect. So up here's the hole for the temperature thermostat / hygrometer. Side panel, top and sides have spots for spool holders. Each corner has a spot for check the beard. Well, I did just dump it on my desk, so it could have rolled anywhere. So the next thing I'm going to do before attaching the door is adding the acrylic panels where I'm not going to use stuff. So let's start opening up these clear plastic panels. So this one has a hole in it. They all have a hole in the center, so they're all the same. More good stuff. So, Noah, you happy that we invaded your Memorial Day fun?
I am. It's a good breaking the action here.
Yep, something different.
I've also been scoping out this Glowforge thing. I hadn't seen it before.
That's the thing I sent you was a Glowforge.
I don't
video.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It looks like you can only put thin things in there, though.
Well, it depends on the model you get.
The Glowforge, you can generally do about like an inch and a half thick. You can put something in there, but you're only going to be able to cut. It's only a 40-watt laser in there, so depending on the material, at the thickest, you're only able to cut 1/4 inch thick material. You can engrave stuff up to like an inch and a half thick on the Glowforge.
Nice.
Pretty much, they imagined you engraving the top of MacBooks. Is really what they were going for.
Right.
Now, some of the other, cheaper Chinese lasers or the full spectrums or the bosses, they have options to put rotaries in them so you can engrave like glasses.
Right. Yeah, I'm actually looking at the full spectrums now.
Dave knows his lasers. Badgers.
It's kind of my thing. I have more lasers. Than I do 3D printers.
Jeez Louise. You don't even sell them on your site, do you?
No. Main reason why is because, how did I put it? I think lasers are too dangerous for me to sell to people.
Oh. What about a guy in a wheelchair?
I still wouldn't sell a laser to anybody because they're huge, fire hazards.
Gotcha.
Do a Google image search for laser cutter fire, and they'll all pop up. They're just everywhere.
So it's like ANET.
ANET has no fire compared to lasers. Because you got to remember, ultimately with a laser, you're burning stuff. So, you're setting stuff on fire.
Well, yeah, that's the fun part.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that means that it can easily get out of control.
Yeah. Okay, Dad.
So I don't want to sell that to people. And also, you'll put your eye out.
Okay, Dad, number 2.
So.
Which one of these full spectrums can you do the rotary with?
I don't think they have it on the Muse. I think you have to step up to like the next biggest model. I forgot what they call it. I know the names and the guys, but since I build my own, I've never had to actually buy one of theirs.
You need an A-net laser.
Oh my god. That just comes free on fire.
You turn it on and it just starts on fire in like an unusual the place that doesn't even have electricity in it. It just
It shows up in your box. The UPS rings the doorbell. It immediately catches fire.
UPS stops and they just put a flaming bag of poo on your porch. Use your A-net laser. You stomp it out like, there's poo in this. He called that shit poo. I love that movie. Devin gave herself a temporary tattoo with a Trotec before.
Yep.
You guys, and you're hanging out with the right crowd if you want nerdy cool shit, Noah. I still think Oscar Mike should have a 3D printer.
That's what I have you for.
That's true. But the only thing I printed you is like a flexible T-Rex and like nothing else.
Yeah, I do think that's the only thing that you printed for me.
Yeah. And I gave you a Groot.
Yeah. That wasn't for me.
Yeah, but you ended up with it. So it's yours.
For that one dude.
Yeah, that one guy.
That one time.
Bandcamp. Yeah, I know.
So yeah, on the full spectrum, their PS20 is going to be probably their cheapest one that still can do rotary.
And how much is that?
Is $5,000.
Oh, okay. As much as the Glowforge I was sending to Noah.
Yep, it's also a little bit bigger than a cutting area than the Glowforge too.
Yeah, I've been flipping through these right now. I'm looking at their like top of the line, their PS48.
And then compare them to Boss lasers.
This one you can put. Let's see how big the engraving area is up to 48 by 36.
Yep.
Jeez Louise.
That's a great size for a lot of people. That's currently the smallest laser I have, but it's a great size for most people that are trying to like do a home business or something. Mainly because 48 by 36, if you think about it this way, all your raw material is going to come in 4 by 8 sheets, and 48 by 32, you'll get 3 full sheets kind of out of a single big sheet. So it's a really good size to work from.
Dang.
And
let's tell Noah's like engrave some Oscar Mike logos on some cool wood.
Yep.
A
really popular thing for a lot of people that have artwork and stuff like that is buying Yeti mugs.
Yeah.
And just engraving on the mug. That's pretty popular.
You can do that on a round surface?
That's what a rotary attachment's for.
Oh.
We got a guy down the road from us who's been doing they're not Yeti mugs, they're an American-made version of that. And he, you know, like what they would coat rifles with.
Generally anodized or a gun smoke coating.
Well, I mean the material, I forget what they call it, but you have to bake it in an oven.
Right. Powder coating.
Yeah, and he's been doing that for us on some of those like style of mugs or tumblers.
Oh snap!
That comes out pretty nice.
Yeah.
For a while there's a side hustle I was doing, you know, like wine glasses for weddings.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Some Oscar Mike wine glasses. That would be sexy.
Well, people.
If you got lasers there and you want a side hustle, let me know.
Right now, I think I have enough side hustles. No offense. Our lasers go full time. Unfortunately, it's really hard to fit more stuff on it.
Very
Yeah.
well.
But
You-
I
But-
take
talking
like
to
I
one crazy guy in the industry. He decided he was going to make filament, and he doesn't get to sleep at all.
yeah, I was already not sleeping. I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let me just add another problem.
Oh, poor Dave. I message him like every day, making sure he's alive. It's like my goal every day. Dave, are you alive?
I
He's
think
like,
it would just be,
I think I am.
I think by the technical definition, I am.
Yeah, I wish
So,
I knew someone locally that did lasers.
you know. I mean, it's fun. I mean, lasers are fun if you have a garage. They're really great to get into. It's just I couldn't bring myself to sell them. I keep looking at laser manufacturers, and once I find one that I say that's safe enough that I can sell to a school, then I'll buy one, or then I'll start selling it.
You're in your school litmus.
You know, that's just how I am. I
Oh,
mean, those
Ben wants to
lasers-
know where Dave works. Dave works for Printed Solid. He is Printed Solid.
Yeah, Printed Solid. If you rearrange it, says Dave is dead. An anagram.
Dave. That's a nice anagram, Dave. All right, so, man, if I put the rep box on top, let's see how that works out. Raga! I'm not gonna fully mount this thing. Oh god, that thing's dusty. Let's see. It's oh wow, yep. I'll have to design something so I can use the rep box up here, but that's gonna happen eventually. Woo! I got toys. Noah, I got toys.
I can see that.
But for now, I'm gonna attach my fancy spool holder. What screws should I use, Dave?
Should be M320s.
Well, there's none left to attach it with, so I'm grabbing some out of the box. M320s look long, Dave.
Yeah, that should go all the way through just fine.
Okie dokie.
I think it's M320s.
Well, they're definitely long enough with a lot of room. Yeah, I'm going to use an M318 or 16.
Somewhere in that
316.
range. You like how the spool holder is perfectly square, so depending on how you like to load your spools, you can just turn it that direction.
Oh, I love loading them however they want to be loaded, Dave.
Well, some people like it from the left, some people like it the right, some people like it sideways from the front. Crazy.
Crazy people.
It's all the same. But that's why you'll notice all the ports on the thing are all the same size
Centered,
on the front,
yeah.
back, and top. It's so that people can mount the spool on any one of those sides or cover. And if you have like an Ender 3 or any of those side load printers, you put the spool holder on the side.
Nice. Spool holder is attached. How did I end up with extra screws in my hand? Did I just grab like a giant handful? Dave was like the dead guy at Weekend at Bernie's.
Surprisingly accurate.
Some guy's just back there holding you up with strings. All right, time to get inside the box. So you can see these are nice clear panels here. And there's a hole cut out in all of them so you can pass through filament from there from a spool holder of some sort. Are those holes sized for any type of pneumatic coupling, Dave?
They are sized for the exact same size as Prusa was using on their lax.
Gotcha.
I think they were in 8-ish. I forgot what I did to.
So there's no way of attaching. Let's see if this pneumatic coupling will screw in. Nope, not far enough. How about this pneumatic coupling? Perfect. You can get in a pneumatic coupling, almost a pass-through style. If you just get the right nut for it, and I don't know what size nut I need for that. Look at me. Yep, M316 is the win. Ooh, I kind of like that I printed this in clear filament, Dave, because it acts like a soft light box from the top. The things you learn. Come on. So it does take a little longer to assemble because of these extra little panels you got to put on.
It should have taken less time to assemble just because we don't have to deal with all the masking tape.
Well, okay, if I remove the masking tape part, that's it. Am I still the only guy with one 3D printer? Yes, you do it. You're the only
Yes, you
person.
are.
I mean, Noah has no 3D printers.
That is true.
So you're ahead of the game here. But we're going to get Noah a 3D printer. I think that's what we should do. That way he has something to do while he's sitting at the compound by himself. It's like, well, I'm going to print a Dickosaurus. Because why not?
How long does a Dickosaurus take to print?
It depends on how big you want it. Like, I printed mine big size, so it took like 10 hours.
If I print mine life size, it's about 30 minutes.
Yeah, it depends if you want life size or not. AZ Cowboy 1 with a $10 donation. Message me on some kind of service so I can send you a stamped envelope with an Oscar Mike sticker in it. And don't forget, everyone who donates is added to the giveaway for some cool swag. Either some Oscar Mike hat or shirt, because I have some here. I got stuff! Okay. So those are on, those are on. I got to figure out which side I want to attach the tube onto. I guess for video concern, because if I turn it this way, when I show everyone hooking up the air filtration system, it'll be easier for me to get it from this side. So this just goes, just a 3D printed part. There we go, and it's attached. So if I spin it this way, you can see this fine nipple that Dave designed. Fine, fine nipple. Dave, you need to make 5 kilogram spool so he can print a life-size one for Sean. That's hilarious. Sean and his ginormous Dickosaurus. I would love to see an R2-D2 size Dickosaurus. So Noah, Sean in chat, Sean Butler, he actually has a full-size 3D printed and working like animatronic R2-D2.
Nice. How big is that? How tall?
Like trash can size, like. So he's almost done with it. He's got like the eye, like the things move and it makes the sounds, and he's working on adding a projector so it could project like the Princess Leia thing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
From the movie. All right, let's put the door on it.
All right, I'm back.
Hi, Dave. Can we message you on MySpace? Oh boy. Yeah, I think I have my MySpace account's still active, or GeoCities. All right, the next step is removing the clear. So this is a clear panel. Dave, you use what's the type of acrylic that you use, Dave? The fancy kind that's cast?
So there's cast and extruded acrylic.
Yep.
I've kind of I found a better version of extruded acrylic, so I've swapped over to that. It's got a similar strength properties to cast.
Nice.
So I also because the benefit is that cast acrylic, the thickness varies. They can actually vary plus minus a millimeter, and that's well within tolerance. That's what they expect.
Nice.
When you deal with extruded, it's usually plus minus 0.5 millimeters. I mean, it's pretty good.
Max Vega, you can download a Dickosaurus from Cults 3D.
Yep.
Because they have an adults only section on Cults 3D. Look how clear this stuff is.
That's the good stuff right there.
Mind you, it has so much static electricity I can feel my face hairs pulling towards it. So our door is going to mount on this side. Oh, look at that. It's going to be so sexy.
Now you'll notice that I did a little change on this. You see how it actually kind of overlaps the front now?
Correct.
It doesn't sit into it. Um, in the past, I've always done the sit into the hole with letting enough air out for PLA.
Yeah.
Primarily because I didn't think the whole industry was quite the amount of tickets I was expecting to get from people that didn't understand. You know, you can't have a door closed while you print PLA on the older models, and I felt like now is the time that there's enough people out there that understand enclosures and what they do and how to work with it, and that now I can actually have it closed and expect people to understand. Open it up when you're printing PLA.
Nice. So are these spacers, like normally you had little stoppers for it. There's no more stoppers. So
There's
this
no more
little clear
stoppers.
thing just goes on the back side for the screws?
No, it goes on the front side behind the hinge to make the hinge offset since the door goes onto the front.
I'm learning. Or just go to the Facebook group 3D Print Adults Only. That's where I'm going to send Noah now. Noah, you're going to go to the Adults Only 3D printing page.
All right.
Of course, it's members only, so you're going to have to like...
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you have to wait, and it takes a while. It took me like 4 days to get accepted, and I'm definitely an adult.
Questionable, but okay.
Yeah, questionable. Best way to contact Chris, Dickosaurus Wrangler on AIM. Probably correct. I am on AIM all of the time. God, I haven't used AOL Instant Messenger in so long. Is there still AIM? Is that even a thing?
I think it's still technically on.
Man, there's so many things I just haven't used in so long that I can't fathom them still being around. Like, I still remember logging in a Trillion so I can use all of my social media accounts at one time.
I think MySpace is still around, isn't it?
Something like that. Zolan! $2. You get a sticker. Everyone's getting stickers. And I was like, man, I'm sure glad I gave Chris that stack of stickers he hasn't done anything with in a year.
What did you need all the stickers for originally?
To do a actual like fundraiser for Oscar Mike via my YouTube channel.
Oh.
But I was gonna do it like last year, and then of course, you know, I'm the world's slowest procrastinator when it comes to things like that. And here we are today. And the only reason we're streaming is because Hot Makes was canceled. So I was like, opportunity knocks. Let's do it.
There's a lot of 3D printer people sitting at home with nothing to do. Let's stream for them.
Yeah. Yeah, because normally, like there's an unwritten rule that you just, like, if there's because every Monday night is typically a stream by Nerdy J. He's out of Milwaukee. Well, Appleton, I believe, is actually where he's at. So we try not to, like, invade other streamers' stream times. But then, like, 2 minutes before, like, I messaged you, he was like, yeah, oh, by the way, we're not doing a Hot Makes, which is his show that he does every Monday. And I was like, oh, yeah, gonna call Noah. I got this thing to build. Let's do it.
You just get that in?
It came in last week. So I've been waiting to build it since then. Like, I was a good kid. Like, imagine having a toy and not building it for a week.
That would be hard.
Yeah, it was. You can't say I don't, you know, have some sort of whatever that's called. Patience? Virtue? I don't know. Words escape me as I'm trying to put this in a hole. LDSG Ghost also with a $1.99. You get a sticker. Don't forget to message me either via email or find me at Your Daily Micron on Twitter, or if you know me on Facebook or the Discord.
All the currently active social media outlets.
Yep, I'm on most of them. I'm even on Instagram, but I don't really use Instagram for 3D printing, so that would be a horrible way to message me. I've had Ender 5 Pro in the box for 2 months. 2 months? Wow, this guy is a $2,000 at Printed Solid buyer. Who is LDSG? Do you know this person, Dave?
No, I do not know that nickname.
Ooh, we got to get Noah buying stuff from you guys.
Yeah.
TikTok. I do not use the TikTok. I should raffle off some llama loops. Oh yeah, Tinder and Grinder for sure. Chicago burbs. We gotta get Tripod to hang out with you guys. So Tripod is our amputee 3D printer guy.
That sounds like an amputee nickname.
Tripod's garage. Pretty much.
Hey, Chris,
Yo,
it's your favorite color.
it is. You and your industrial runoff. Dave's always making filament I have to have. You don't understand, Noah. Filament is like magic. The cooler the color, the cooler you are. Just saying.
Just imagine if the weed whacker you use in your front yard, you could change the color every time you mow your yard. That's kind of what I do.
And we mean that.
That's surprisingly accurate. That's the sad part.
It is Jesse Filament. Industrial runoff is one of my favorite colors because I do enjoy the green colors as much as I don't print much with green. All right, I have a level door. It opens and closes. It's clear, besides where I touched it everywhere. So we need to plug in a hygrometer, thermometer, wherever I slid that off, and it just pops in, Dave.
Yep. Just make sure it's right side up.
Yep, it is. That I did. I should get a really big hammer and really scare people.
There you go.
That's not coming out. Did Printed Solid have any Memorial Day deals? Dave doesn't do any deals for holidays.
I know we used to do a lot of deals for the holidays, but this year it's just been tough.
Dude, imagine living in this box. That would be a sexy box to live in.
You know, depending on what happens, I might have to live in one of those boxes.
You know, we should design a handle because someone's asking, like, what can we get to go in the hole in the door? And I guess they could put a handle in there.
There's actually a really good collection on Thingiverse of people that have made different handles.
Oh, really?
So I've secretly kept the exact same spacing and holes on every single one of my enclosures for my finger hole.
Nice. All right. So we got it assembled. Now let's talk about air filtration. So as most of us 3D printer people know, 3D printing does have a hazardous side, and that typically is printing materials that give that off gas. So you've got things like the well-knowns, ABS, ASA. They off gas styrene gas, which is a slight neurotoxin, correct?
And a carcinogen.
And a carcinogen. So bad thing. And ABS and ASA have definite good qualities to them. A lot of us print PETG because it does not off-gas styrene, but PETG only has an 80-degree Celsius heat deflection, which is high. It's much higher than PLA, which is about 50 degrees Celsius. But ASA and ABS can usually go to about 110 degrees Celsius, so it can go above boiling temperature and it won't soften and begin to deflect and get bendy and squishy, which is pretty amazing. Like, boiling water is hot. And it goes above boiling water. Like, that's pretty cool. And a lot of people use it for car parts and knickknacks that go outdoors. Mind you, they probably should use ASA because outdoors, ASA is UV safe, while ABS will degrade with UV. We're getting real technical now for you, Noah. This is the nerd part of the show.
Hey man, I'm soaking it in.
We're getting to the science of plastic.
Yeah, basically, you buy these enclosures, one, to keep the smell out, because when you print with ABS, ever burn something made of ABS, you get that, like, gas that smells really stinky and kind of sweet, and you start getting a headache. That's that styrene fumes coming off. And there's also particles. So anytime you print at around 250 degrees Celsius and higher, which is about where ABS needs to be printed, about where ASA needs to be printed, nylon, polycarbonate, you're automatically off-gassing very small particles. And those small particles get absorbed in the lung, and there aren't long-term studies on what they do in the 3D printing world. So we don't know if PLA is actually safe. There's no 20-year PLA study on some guy working in a factory going, I've been making PLA for 20 years with a 3D printer. Here's what my lungs look like. You know, it's not like cigarettes where we've got, here's a bunch of dead bodies and we can look at what's happened to smoker's lung. Or a guy who's been in an asbestos factory, we can look at his lung, we can see the mesothelioma and whatever. So
the best number you have is that the particle count goes up above 235.
Yeah,
that's the only fact they know right now.
So typical people, like the 99% of everyone prints PLA. It's basically safe. It's a resin plastic made from plant fiber and sugar. So glucose, plant fiber, and some plastic resin. Typically safe. It prints at like anywhere from 190 to 210 Celsius in that safe range. So you don't get smaller particles off gassing. So it should be safe. Once you get to PETG and above, you know, PETG is still in that 230 range. But once you go above that, you get a lot of small particles. And some of them are bad. These tubes that you use, these PTFE tubes, we use these things to move filament. They're in a lot of hot ends, and at like 250 degrees Celsius, they begin off-gassing a neurotoxin, one that can kill small animals if they're in the same enclosed room as the printer. So not the safest thing to be using. So you build these boxes, one, to trap heat in and also to trap some of those noxious fumes in, but it's not perfect. There's outputs, and it's not like the particles just go away when they're done. Like the particles end up just staying in here and sticking on the walls, and yeah, so it's not safe. Many materials, PETG and PLA, are the safest, but ABS, ASA, and those other ones are very, very bad for you. People don't mind it. Like, I get a headache as soon as I print ABS. Like, if I smell ABS fumes, I get a headache. So I come down here and I'm printing. Boom. What's up, Edutech? Nerdy J, the 3D printing Jesus in the house. So the enclosures are nice for that. Like, it'll trap in some of the gases. You get less of that smell in your room. So if it's something that irritates you, it's a little bit nicer, but it's not perfect. We need something that actually cleans and scrubs those fumes, and that's this. This is a Bofa. It's an extraction unit. So it's got a 12 CFM pull fan that draws everything through basically I'm going to call it military grade air filtration. This company is the company when it comes to air filtration. It has a 5,000 use hour HEPA 3-stage filter, so HEPA plus chemical plus charcoal. So it will take out all the particles down to some very, very small sizes and also eliminate the smells and stuff like that. So this is our safety box. The cheapest safety box Dave offers is $700 on his website. This is the one and only prototype for a model that is less expensive than that. Dave, what is your estimated guesstimate on what you're going to sell these for on your website?
I'm fighting to get it down further, but right now it's going to be around 300 for the whole units.
Yeah, so 300 for this, the power supply, which is just a 12-volt DC plug, and a tube. You get a really nice tube. This is a bendy, flippy tube. So $300 is insane. Again, a lot of guys will be like, I got a charcoal filter, I'm fine. Charcoal filters do absolutely nothing to protect you from the particles. They just reduce the smell and the noxious fume intensity, but they don't actually remove the harmful particles. So you need a HEPA.
Well, let me clarify a few things for you.
Yep.
Charcoal actually is a big part of it because HEPA is good for down to about 0.03 micron.
Okay.
On average.
0.03.
The charcoal is what you want to get most of the stuff in there. That's what's going to get most of the goodness in there, or most of the problems out of the air. That's the final filtering. The problem is that most people that put charcoal filters in aren't putting enough charcoal into it.
Yeah, there's
It
just a
takes
little tiny charcoal pad. Like if you look at your Photon, for instance, has like literally like a 5 millimeter thick piece of charcoal pad. That's not enough to do anything. So the first
Technically
stage,
activated carbon is the correct name for it, but yes.
yeah. So the first section in here, actually, I can open this thing up. I've done it once because my dad worked for he worked for Woodward Governor, which makes airplane fuel controls, and a lot of stuff they did needed air filtration. And he's like, I know that brand. We had their like some of their higher end air filtration stuff in some of their CNC systems and such, and their other things. So 3D session, how long do you have to replace? So it's 5,000 use hours, which if you do 12 hours a day of constant printing, this will last you more than a year. If you do it 24/7, you'll buy one every about 9 to 10 months. And Dave was saying that this thing goes until it just stops.
Correct. And once it clogs up, then you like time to replace it. That's one of the nice things about how they built theirs.
And the filters are 150?
They're going to be in about the 150 range. I'm still negotiating that out too.
And it's not like your normal filter. This is a 15-pound unit, and most of it is filter.
Yeah, about 3 pounds of it's not filter.
When do you think you'll see? He already sells Bofa filters. He's got the Pro 2 and the Pro 3 on your website, which are $700 and like $1,200 respectively.
600 and 1,000, or not 600 and 900.
Okay, and those have cool features as well. So that's just the lid. This is the filter, and these are all hand assembled, right?
They're mostly hand assembled.
Yeah. So this is your filter cartridge. So as you see, the first stage is a mesh with HEPA, and then you've got an actual activated layer in the center, and then the charcoal at the bottom, right?
It's HEPA for about the first third, and the last 2/3 is all charcoal.
Okay. Looks like an ammo can. It does look like an ammo can, and then it's just a fan at the bottom. So
and if you think about it, I mean, if you look at that filter there and compare that to some of the filters you see hanging off the back of other printers,
yeah, they're not even the same category.
And I'll tell you this, on that filter, that's a 12 CFM filter unit.
Mm-hmm.
So 12 cubic feet a minute is how much air that moves through it. That's the smallest filter that Bofa was willing to still sell and classify as the Bofa unit for 12 CFM. When you get into the Print Pro 2 and the Print Pro 3, the filter is about 4 times that size.
Nice, but that's a very expensive filter.
That's the $600 and $900 price.
Yeah.
This is going to be Bofa's. Those replacements are about $350, $400.
Okay, and they'll last more than a year because of their size, right?
About a year, 5,000 to 10,000 hours, depending on your usage. But yeah, this is Bofa's first attempt at trying to make something for consumers.
And this is the only one. I need you.
I need
everyone to understand. There's only one. This is the one. I've never plugged it in. I've taken it apart now twice, and I'm not going to take it apart again, because I don't want to break it.
But you're showing the back of it, and I get to tell you the little special features that are on the back of it that I got them to build in for me. One, the whole unit's 12 volts. They normally make them straight AC units, but I got them to make this a 12 volt so that people could power it off, let's say their printer power supply if they wanted to. And then next to that, if you don't want to do that, I had them put a relay in. So it's a standard 1/8 inch tip ring sleeve audio jack and a relay closure to turn it on or off as well.
So if you turn your fans on your printer, this can turn on your filter, so that way you don't have to sit there and manually go click or click. I live 30 minutes from Chris. I'll be over to take it for a test drive. Yeah, maybe not. But yeah, this is something that I've always wanted, because I was talking to Dave, and Dave's like, "Man, you have headaches from the styrene?" I'm like, "Dude, like anytime I print," and again, I 3D print parts for people that order from me, and I decided to upgrade my parts, so I'm including ABS, hotbed connector covers because ABS won't melt under 110 C bed, which is the max temp you're going to get on a Prusa anyway. And then the fan shrouds I've been printing all in CF ABS. Again, 110 C max temp. But the downfall being is I get a headache. And so basically I come down here, set all my printers to print, and then I set that to print and I go upstairs. And I let it print, and then I'll come down here, open up a window, and then take everything apart, start the next print on everything, then start the ABS printer, close the window, go upstairs, come back, and it's just a pain in my ass. So this will allow me to print, not get headaches, and also be safer because I'm not doing anything to really filter out any of the stuff that I'm printing. I'm just letting it settle to the ground, and hopefully it's not just floating around and I'm not breathing it in. I'm breathing it in. And Dave is, the nice thing about Printed Solid, Dave, is he's working on, again, if he gets this unit down to $300, this will be in a respectable price point for most consumers to just the safety alone. Like, plug it in, turn it on, you know, even if you don't believe that you're going to die from ABS fumes, it costs as much as a cheap, like an Ender 3 Pro, like brand new, about $300. So, it's for that, you know, safety thing, and it's made by the best company. So this isn't just some isn't like that whatever that print drying system where they just basically put a heater cartridge and a fan on it and say it's instantly. This isn't snake oil, as I like to say. Like, this isn't a snake oil marketing. So this is something that, you know, if you really actually want to be safe, you get one of these and you get one of these and you're good to go. I used to get headaches. Dude, yeah, ABS fume headaches sucks. Like, it's one of those migraine style headaches. Like, you just get it right here in your temples and the front of your head, and it sticks with you for like an hour.
And they take a while. It takes a while to go. I will tell you this: the problem I'm seeing is that what really got me to get this going was that I'm seeing a lot of like super cheap filters and people making them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just random companies popping up. And I've been working with Bofa and their high-end stuff, and I've just been begging them for the last year to say, think about the consumers.
Yep. And David asked, you just replace the filter when you need it. Again, it's rated to 5,000 use hours. And again, if you're not printing ABS, like let's say you print PLA, just don't turn it on.
Yep.
And I did the math, like you can get a year if you're printing ABS 12 hours a day, and that's a lot. Yeah. So
7 days a week.
Yeah, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. You're not going to hit that 5,000 use hours. And it works until it clogs. So basically you buy this in a spare, and then when you replace the filter, just buy another filter. And all you do is, box is ready, you're going to get it like this. You take this hose. Now, Dave, one side has a rubber nipple, the other side has nothing. Rubber nipple goes which way?
On the filter itself.
So this goes this way.
Yep.
And this goes on your nipple that you designed. That is a tight fit, Dave.
Yes, it is.
And this is a rubber-coated hose, by the way, everyone. So this is one of those like fancy flex hoses, so you can pull this as far or as close as you need it to. I'm just using a screw-on motion. Probably shouldn't attach both ends while this is the tighter end.
So LDS has mentioned it, but the Print Pro 3 has and Tripod was mentioning this, but the Print Pro 3 does 90 CFM, which means it's a huge amount, but it has to have a return hose.
Yeah.
It has to have a return hose on it.
12 CFM, sucking all the hot air out.
Yeah, 12 CFM I think is reasonable enough that you're going to replace that at a pretty good rate.
Yeah. And Dave, you could probably like make adapters or host adapters for like people who want to attach this to like their resin printer. Because Gamer 260 was like, he's going to use it for resin, and resin is nasty too. So I love resin printing, but the smell, it doesn't really give me a headache. Some brands do. Should you ground the filter to the box?
The filter is grounded to the box, but you don't need to ground the hose. I think that's what he's asking. The hose doesn't need to be grounded in that case.
Gotcha. And again, this can go anywhere. You can go on top of the box, behind the box. You've got ports on left and side. Yeah, just don't put it in the box. because like Dave was saying, no filters are rated for more than 80°C temperature. So if you stick this in there and your box gets to 80°C, this is no longer working at full efficiency. So is there size limit to the? Is there limit to size of the enclosure?
That's an arguable question. If you want true 100%, you're looking at 12 CFM. It's probably reasonable to about 20 square inches. If you want to be really good, that's where the Print Pro 3 comes in, and that's where you get into 2 cubic feet, 4 cubic feet. I'd probably say up to about 8 cubic feet for 90 CFM is about where you're at.
Circle is off, correct?
Correct.
I always get confused. The circle line thing.
It's 0 and 1, off and on.
Oh, look at that. 0 and 1. I always thought it was circle and line.
Nope, 0 and 1, binary.
All right. What do I want to unplug over here?
And with this one, you can't recirculate. When you're moving 12 CFM, the fan itself doesn't have enough back pressure to actively push the air back through another hose.
And the output is underneath.
Yep.
And it's got legs. It's got nice big rubber feet, so it's very stable. So I haven't turned on. I've never turned this thing on, so I don't know how loud it's going to be. So you guys are all going to experience this with me. Tubes are on, nice and tight. Tube is on. Power is in. Power is on over there. Let's turn it on. Oh, it's a jet engine.
Yep. So in the development of this, here's where it gets funny. Working with Bofa, they're normally used to making very quiet units. In fact, their Print Pro 3 is actually quieter than that. So they usually put sound insulation on the inside. However, if they didn't put the sound insulation on this one, it got about 6 more CFM out of it. So I opted for louder and said, all right, I accept it being louder, but we'll get more CFM out of it, which is what you're trying to work your way towards.
There's a nice breeze underneath. I don't know if you guys can hear this. You barely hear it now. It is actually louder than a 3D printer.
Yes.
This is about Prusa Mark II loudness. Levels. So it sounds like someone has a very crappy vacuum. Like they're not really cleaning anything, but you can hear the vacuum sound. So this is not like if you sleep with your printer, you're not sleeping with this thing on. You probably can't hear it.
Sleeping in the same room printing ABS anyways.
You definitely shouldn't. So in a future video, I'm going to compare the internal temperature with a printer in here. And then we'll see if this thing affects the final temperature. But yeah, this is it. This is your full kit. So about $500. You have a $550, and that should be free shipping with that.
Yep.
So you'd get your enclosure and your Bofa. And again, you only need to run this when you're running like materials that would be bad. Like I would not run this with PLA. So you get a lot of use hours out of this and only use it for things like ABS and ASA and nylon, polycarbonate, and anything where you're going to be printing over 235, 250s. So it's cool. And it does sound like a very low vacuum, which makes sense because it's got to pull 12 cubic feet of air out per minute. That's a lot of air. It's a lot of trash bags.
Put your hand on the end of the hose on the inside of the enclosure.
Oh, Dave, I can't get in there. I got all these panels in the way.
See?
You can't accidentally clog it with your skin. Oh, yeah. That is like a vacuum cleaner. It's got a decent amount of suction. Whew.
I told you my products suck.
Oh, yeah. All right, Nerdy J, have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by. So that is it. That's all we wanted to show today, besides, of course, Noah over there from Oscar Mike.
Yeah, I was going to say, what was the stream supposed to be for? Oscar Mike's doing a little raising money for what now?
For Oscar Mike.
For Oscar Mike.
injured veterans getting involved in adaptive sports after traumatic injuries.
And where can people find out more information?
OscarMike.org, and then on all the social medias.
I love it. Toph over here saying, leave it to Rakaki to have a Prusa decibel conversion. Correct. If you ever printed next to a Mark IIs, it's about the same. Like, actually, you know what? I've got a decibel reader on my phone. Let me give you a from a few feet away. Should I do have a tape measure near me? I normally have a tape measure in one of my drawers. Of course, it's in the centimeters and stuff, but...
How many Dickosaurus away does it sound at?
Yeah, how many Dickosaurus is it until it's below 40? Decibel. There it is, my dB meter. So let me put this at the edge of the table here. Yeah, except... why is there privacy policy? Wait, this used to be free. Now they want $7.99 per month. Free trial. So dumb. I'll end this trial as soon as I start playing it. Oh, yeah, later. Okay, I'm talking right now, and it's peaking at 74. So I am... What's everyone test from? Like 2 feet away? Let's put it 2 feet away. And... start... Oh, nope. From 2 feet away, 48 decibels. From 1 foot away, 53 decibels. My talking voice is actually louder than the Bofa. And then right up next to it, 66. Now the frequency is an odd one. So that's going to be the pitch and the tone, the frequency here. You're at about 300 hertz. So it's definitely a sound that you'll hear. Yeah, peak 300 hertz. 1 meter. So from 1 meter, I can do that. This thing has meters. So 1 meter is 300 centimeters? No, that's not right. Wait, is it right?
1 meter
Dave.
is 100 centimeters.
100 centimeters. That's right. Okay. Over here trying to do so.
Centimeters is 1,000 millimeters.
Testing.
Be right back.
So about 60, which is normal conversation sound. Oh, that's right. Right angle. Carl over here making sure I'm doing everything right. $58. Freedom units. Again, it's a vacuum cleaner. So, well, that was fun. Ooh, Tripod Garage. What adaptive sport are you going to play? That is a good question. We got to get Noah hooked up with these 3D printing humans.
You're trying to get me printing, huh?
Yeah, basically. It's a fun hobby. You'll be like me. You'll have really, really pale arms that have really tan forearms. That happens when you 3D print.
No,
It's
that's
a national.
what happens.
It's a national calling card of nerds. We don't take our shirts off.
But you have the tan lines of a 3D printing bass fisherman.
Yeah, yes, I do. Oh man. All right. Anything else you want to say about this thing, Dave?
It's all going to depend on the ship, and as long as it doesn't sink in the middle of the Atlantic, probably sometime in July it'll be here.
Ooh, July. So I'm gonna go and print some things in ABS with this box. I ordered another spool of CF ABS from Atomic, which definitely gives off a wonderful sweet styrene smell. I've been printing with that for way too much. So, good times. Good times. So I'll do that. I'll give you a report back on how it smells because there's definitely a difference. We'll do another stream. I'll have both of them hooked up with printers in them, and we'll see what the temperature is. So because this is fed temp based off of the ambient off the printer. So if you have a printer and you're printing at 100 on the bed, whatever that temperature that comes off is what feeds this. Your ambient outdoor temperature would definitely affect that. So like my basement is 17C. Dave's other box gets to about 35C at about 100C. This one should get warmer because it is more enclosed. There's a lot less openings. There's some ports on the bottom.
That's the ventilation.
Yep, got to have some ventilation. Can't be perfectly enclosed. And then other than that, yeah, I'm kind of stoked because now I won't have a headache. I don't have a headache right now because I haven't printed ABS in a few days. I'm so glad. And Noah, appreciate you coming on and nerding out with us a little bit while I built crap.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and dude, the 3D printing community respects the military apparently because we got way more than I expected in donations.
That was extremely generous of everybody, and I'm very grateful. And it was cool to just sit in and learn all this.
Yeah, welcome to Geek Talk, man.
I actually enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to have you on more, just for great because there's a lot of military vets in the 3D printing community. So they're a hootenanny.
All right, man. Well, let me know.
Heck yeah, we'll probably do another fun stream like that, and then once I get the final tally. So everyone that donated, remember you get a sticker and you're entered into a chance to win other swag, which I have down here below. I've got some hats and a shirt. So I'll do a winner drawing on that some other day. So it comes with the necessary hose. Yes, it comes with the necessary hose. The fitting is 3D printed on the encasement, the enclosure. So all you need to do is print this one printed part. So if you don't need this, you won't print this printed part. If you need it, you print the printed part. Ben E has bought some OM stuff.
Really?
Yep. Chris Travis is a Navy vet. So we peaked at about 86 to 89 viewers at one time. So during the stream. So, and this stream will stay live. Navy retired from Corey Mack. So the community is at large. They're everywhere. There's nerds in the military. Can you believe that, Noah?
All over the place, man. We're full of it.
Oh man. So yeah, we'll once we get the final tally, I'll post the final tally because unfortunately YouTube Studio has a 1-day delay on what the final tally is. So I can't even see, like, until this ends, I can't see anything, and I can't see what the amounts are. So, but I wrote down the first set of names, but I can always go back and find the rest. We got Matthew, an Army vet. Man, look at that. They're all popping in here. No wonder they hung out. Tripod saying thanks for service. And remember, Memorial Day is something we should do every day. Same thing with Veterans Day. Every day, thank a vet. Every day, appreciate everyone that served and isn't here to, give you a high five anymore. You all did something, and it was awesome for all of us. We wouldn't be 3D printing in a society like it is. Yeah, we should get Noah printing. We got 4F over there. He will get hooked, dude. Mr. Buttrum's a Corvette. Ha, 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 Mr. Ryan Buttrum with the dad jokes. Oh, man. So, yeah, I'll get you that tally. We'll post it up. The community's awesome, dude. I remember 1440 Makers did a 24-hour straight stream, and they did for the Australia brush fires. And they raised, like, over 10 grand.
Dang, that's awesome.
For that. So, and they did another one for something else. So, give ASA a try. I've tried ASA. I prefer ABS. Yep, some gave Chris Travis with the quote. We all gave some, but some gave all, and that is a very true statement. So head over to Oscar Mike. Everyone that donated, contact me some way, shape, or form. My email's just been sitting there. So you can email me, you can message me on Twitter, you can message me on Facebook or on the Discord, so I can get you your stickers. And yeah, super. I know we went over $400 in donations, so I'll get the final tally and post it up ASAP. But appreciate you guys in chat, appreciate the community, appreciate Oscar Mike, appreciate Dave from Printed Solid. Y'all are some sexy animals. Mostly Noah, because he's the sexiest animal, because he's half cyborg.
That is true. I'll take that.
I can't wait till you're fully cyborg. Oh, Tripod with another beer. I'm gonna send Tripod 3 stickers because he's donated 3 times. He's gonna have to put stickers on his body.
I'll be a full cyborg in about 365 days.
I'm okay with that. 1 year from now, fully. 3D printing nerd. What? You did make it this time. So we got some celebrity in here. We got Joel Telling, the 3D printing nerd, just showed up. Dave, we have a fully assembled enclosure made out of aluminum fab. We've got a Bofa air filtration system. We got Dave from Printed Solid. We got Noah from Oscar Mike. And we made, I think, over $400 for the Oscar Mike Foundation.
Nice.
Oh, Polymate 3D, Spike. 5 pounds for the cause. Don't forget to hit me up on the Twitter. Chris Lane, $5 for the cause. Man, it's coming in again. It's getting hot again. So my first live stream, I'll sticker myself for you, Chris. Perfect. Next time we get in a chat, I want to see everyone with Oscar Mike forehead stickers. Oh man.
I want to do that too.
Yeah, we do. We live stream all the time. That's one of their favorite things. We got Ray in here. Yeah, nerd. We got $400 for Oscar Mike Foundation, and he says, "Hold on, I don't like this. Is scaring me." When Joel Telling says, "Hold on," so Noah, Joe Telling is basically one of the first and most. I would consider him the most influential. Oh, another $100 from Joel Telling.
Dang!
Holy crack fiend! That is at least 500, if not more.
Joel is always a good guy.
Joel is a good guy. So he's the guy who gets everyone hooked on 3D printing. So if you don't know anything about 3D printing, you want to learn about printers, you want to learn about printing stuff, he gets people excited about 3D printing. There's me, who's the nerdy guy that I know numbers and facts and weird stuff, but that doesn't get people hooked into 3D printers. That gets people confused. Joel is the guy who's gosh, it's he makes it fun. He makes 3D printing fun, so people, when they watch the videos, are like, dude, I totally want to do this because I want to be like Joel. So it's he's everyone's kind of inspiration. He's definitely my inspiration for doing 3D printing. I watched his videos before I bought a printer. I bought a Prusa because of Joel's videos. So and now he's making it $500 in donations. So that's 100 from me, 100 from Matt, 100 from Dave, 100 from Joel, and at least there's got to be more than 100 from everyone. Dude, don't thank me, Joel. This was last minute. You can actually thank Nerdy J from Hot Makes. They didn't stream, and I was like, dude, I want to build this, and I wanted to give these things away. So, and someone asked what Oscar Mike means. OM Oscar Mike means on the move. I'll make you rewatch the whole video so Noah can explain it again. Joel who? He is the 3D. I mean, gosh, he's like the 3D printing, like crack dealer. He gets everyone hooked, and he starts you on the weak. He's like the pot dealer. He gets you hooked on the easy stuff, and then you get onto everybody else like Chris Riley and Tom and Angus and all those guys, and they get you hooked on the crack because they're like, here's all the crazy stuff you can do with your 3D printing. So thank you, Mr. Joel.
Thank you very much. This has been awesome.
Look at that. So, all right. Well, we're about to leave, but if Noah, you want to give a big shout out to Oscar Mike, please do, because this is your time to shine. I want to put you on this. Boom.
Well, I've taken over your screen, and I have a taco dancing in the corner.
Oh, hold on, let me get your brand up. Let me put up. Where is it? There you go.
Oh man, I still have a year before that's me. That's just a
All right.
glimpse into the future. No, I really do appreciate it. And if anybody wants to check out Oscar Mike, visit us on the website at oscarmike.org or on any of the social channels. And thank you for making those donations. That meant a lot. And finishing off Memorial Day for me like this has been great.
It's like a second birthday for Noah.
In a sense.
In a sense. Then life is good when there's a dancing. Dude, tacos. Again, I'll have to meet up with you this week and bring over some. Tomorrow is Taco Day, so I think I'm gonna invite myself over with Teresa, and we're gonna bring you tacos from that taco truck.
I
And
think
fish on your dock.
Yes.
Rain or shine. Look at
All
that
right.
sexy crayon eater. Matthew Seabrook. Oh, that's right. 3D Medic Vince also donated 100. So there was 100 from Vince, 100 from me, 100 from Dave, 100 from Joel, 100 from Sean, and $50 from RCCNC, and then there's like $20 constantly. Like Kyle also threw $50 in. I think we're at like $600-700. I have no idea. It's a crazy day.
That was awesome.
From all the nerdiest people you've ever met in your life. Yeah,
Well,
do Taco Tuesday.
let me know when you guys do this again.
Every day, basically.
You come on this every day?
So let me pull it back to normal mode. I live stream at least, like I have another channel where all we do is just bullshit and talk 3D printing and hang out, like at least twice a week. There's streams, like there's Filament Fridays, I think. Is that the thing still? Is there no Friday FFPH or whatever that is? There's a Filament Friday meetup. They'll live stream and they'll just hang out and talk 3D printing every Saturday. Typically is the Saturday Night Makers chat, which is done by Buttram that was in here. He does a hangout where a bunch of us hang out, and then other people random, like so Dan will do it. So Dan Boreal will do live streams. We'll all join in. 3D Printing Llama will do live streams. We'll all join in. 3D Print Viking will do live streams. We'll all join in. This is how we all meet because we're all over the world. So we can get 6 people on here at one time, and we'll just hang out and chat. And there's the Saturday Night Makers. They'll pop people in and out. So like there'll be people in the green room, just like you're in there. I can pop you in and out. I can pop people in and out all day long. The other channel is the FDM Lounge. So I need to be on 30 days before I can get the official logo, but if you or official web link. But if you search FDM Lounge, you can find the other channel for Hangouts. But we're gonna do an after party tonight, so hopefully I can get some people joining in on the after party. We do. I think we're gonna try to do a video game night tonight. So we'll play. I don't know if you've ever heard of. What's that game called? Tabletop Simulator. So literally, you can play board games in 3D with your friends.
That's crazy.
So like we'll play Monopoly, Super Fight, Cards Against Humanity, whatever. So 3D Print Viking's going to do a stream or two this week. So we all do streams and we all just hang out. So Dave owns a company. We've had Joel's hopped on a stream before too. So there's always streams, man. This is how we hang out with our community. Yep,
That's awesome.
F3D PCH is the Friday 3D Print channel stream. And that's it. So Vince over here with his. Yeah, there's always something going on.
There's always a stream somewhere.
Yep. Good night, Joel, and thank you for the donation. Oscar, Mike, and all of us are appreciative. So makes my life easier. I was like, I don't think we're gonna get $100, or it's $700, whatever. Like, and tripod with another $5.
Is he buying beers from you?
Apparently, like everyone, he was saying that, and then we got another $2. I'm just gonna leave the stream going. If people keep throwing money at the stream for Oscar Mike, I'm just gonna keep leaving the stream open. Oh man, yeah. High five to Joel. You crazy kids. Boom. I wish there's a way you could do a wipe, like everyone high five their camera, and then it just ends the broadcast right on the high five. Everyone touches their screen. It's all magic.
Well, I'm gonna go throw one of those Jimmy meals in the microwave.
Oh shit! Another $50 just jumped in. The LDSG Ghost with $50 donation. Holy crack, fiend! I wish I had someone keeping track of all the donations, because I can't access them until 24 hours. So I can't even give you a number. So and it's 100% ghosty. So there's a cut from Google, but tripod. So John did a donation for Grubby because he couldn't donate. So super sticker. The sticker is a thing flying over on a rocket. Oh man! All right, I think we're gonna head this out. They can't let people spend all their Memorial Day money. Go, guys! You should also go eat something. Because I'm gonna go eat something. Noah's gonna go eat some. Dave is just gonna make filament all day, so he's gonna eat filament. And yeah. Again, thanks Noah. Thanks Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks for all who served today. This was another fun part of it. Thanks Nerdy J for canceling the Hot Make stream so I could invade your 6 p.m. Monday time slot and put the stream out. So, and then once this ends, Noah, this will actually be on YouTube for anyone to watch later on. So,
all right,
share it and whatever. So, Tripod Grad sent $10 to the OM site just so you have it in the tally. So, Grubby Zebra sent $10 via the OM site.
nice.
You can also donate directly to OM at any time. So, they have all that on their website. Yeah, you get dinner in the oven, RC. I'm going to get dinner. Noah's going to get dinner. Dave's going to make filament. So OscarMike.org, PrintedSolid.com, TheAngryWorkHockey.com if you want to go to my website. Should have made the Angry War Dick because that's what they all call me at OM. So good night. Thanks again. Thanks everybody. Thanks Dave. Thanks Noah. Good night.
Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your night.
Have fun.
End the broadcast.